Well, as much as I'd like to say that it was an easy time to get those muffler springs back on, it wasn't. And after dropping a couple of springs and having to dig them out, I figured it'd be best to just take the cowling off, the hood off of this 2018 Expedition Sport 600 Ace, and then I would have full access to the springs so that I can pull them from another direction. So that's what I did. But now that's given me the opportunity to show you how to take one of these hoods off, because I had to look online and I couldn't find how to do it. So I'm going to put it back together, and now you'll have an idea of how to take it apart. So with the hood on, it was very difficult to access and pull these 4 springs that attach the muffler to the motor itself. So I removed the hood. Once you remove the hood, you have access to pulling the springs from an opposite direction, and it made life a lot easier. So the hood consists of 3 components, really. So there's the gauge assembly. There's the primary hood assembly with the headlamps or headlights built in, and then the windshield. So we'll get those back on, and you'll see how to at least, you'll get an idea of how to take it off later. Things to consider when you are pulling off the hood is that there are 3 items that are attached. One of them is the air breather, and you can actually just pull that right out without any problem. And then there are the gauge and the headlight connectors that will just disconnect, and then everything pulls off. Just a little note. This is the front. I've turned it upside down here so you can see these 2 little guides. These 2 little guides will slide in to here and to here when you slip it back on, so don't forget to make sure that they're secure. And also, when I took everything apart, underneath the hood here, I took out 2 screws, one on either side. I could put them back in now because they were a pain to get out, and I can see now that they weren't necessary to take out. So I'll put those back in. Okay, so I put the 2 screws back in that never needed to come out in the first place. You'll see this is the air breather here. And so I'm going to flip this. I'll flip this back over and put it onto the snowmobile. Just before I put it on, just keep in mind I have to slide these 2 guys into these 2 holes, push this soft rubber air breather piece into this location, and then just connect my lights. That's this connector here. This other connector is for the instrument panel. And then we should be good to tighten that first piece up, the main part of the hood, and then get to the instrument panel. Okay, so I get it. I should clean my shop a little bit better for videos, but right now, I just want to get this on. Definitely know that this piece is in here. Very close. I can connect. Where did the other? Come on, did I lose it? Where did it go? There it is. Okay. So I'll put that connector on. I think what I'll have to fiddle with though is this air breather. So it's there. I'll just work at it a little bit and see if I can fish it in. And yeah, it should be going in pretty easy actually. There it is. Well, that was fairly easy. So now we just have to make sure things are lined up. Oh my God, that's lined up. There's another one here, that's lined up. I'm cooking with oil here. So now I just connect the headlights. That's done. Now you can see everything's in place here where we can put our bolts in. So these are long ones. There are two lengths. Actually, these are the longer ones. So I've got two long ones that go there. I've got another long one that goes on this side. Whoop, there's this side and the other side, and then a short one that goes here and on the other side. So there's 6, and then the hood is fully secure. If you're wondering, it's a Torx size 25. And when you do this with a driver like this, yeah, be super careful not to go too far. You don't have to squeeze it down too tight, otherwise you could break something. So I'll get the other ones. This is a short one here. I'll see if I can. And then this is a long one. Boom. Do the same thing on the other side. Short one and a long one up here. So the reasoning here is I'm just reverse engineering it for you in case you want to take your hood off. At least you'll know how to get it back on. Well, I just found my first mistake in getting this back together. These two screws that bolts that I just put in here actually have to come out because they will also secure the instrument panel down. So I was counting how many bolts I had left, and it was like, yeah, I'm missing 2, but those are the 2. So I'll take them out, get the instrument panel back on, and they'll go on after the instrument panel is back on. There's that. I'll get the instrument panel. These two guys needed to go in the same holes there. So the instrument panel is going to fall into place right there. And I'll just have to secure that, or get that connector back on. Put that on here. Boom. So that connector is back on. There's a glove box here as well, so everything's in place here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. That's those. So that's all tight in there. So much nicer to do this with a driver here, just a drill. Makes life a lot easier. Well, all of the bolts are accounted for, I do believe. That's always a good sign. Now for the easy part. The windshield is pretty straightforward. They just pop in. There's a hole there, and then 2 holes here, and one. There's one. Come on. Just push those in, and then on that side. And on that side. So that's done. The hood's back on. So to put the side panels on, there are some hinges here. We'll call them hinges. They're just plastic. But you'll notice that 2 of them go in the downward direction and 1 is in the upward direction. So what you do, the trick is to insert the top one in and to make sure it comes up. When it comes up, the others go in, and then they'll go down when you can. It's a bit finicky sometimes, but oh, no, it didn't work. Oh. Up it goes, in and down. That's it. I mean, it doesn't work 100% of the time, but in general, it works. So that's it, everybody. The hood has been replaced, and we've got all the springs on the muffler. So now you have an idea of what to do with a 2018 Expedition Sport with a 600 Ace, with respect to the muffler, with respect to the hood, and chain case oil. Have a great day.